From time immemorial, all masters like Buddha and many Paramahamsas have demonstrated healing powers. In any age, the first thing that man asks for is always physical health, mental health, and solutions to his day-to-day problems. Only when given this guarantee does he look further into fulfilling his deeper quests of life, such as meditation, enlightenment, etc. In fact, no master is accepted as a master if he cannot heal people and restore health in them in some form or the other. This is because intellectual descriptions of trying to define life in a book and philosophical explanations can be given by many, but only a master can give a glimpse of what he has experienced. In fact, from time immemorial, healing has become a measure of master's identity. This is because man needs a tangible way by which he can differentiate between ordinary preachers to Buddha who has experienced the supreme reality. One such enlightened master of our times who had ultimate experience of enlightenment and unfathomable spiritual knowledge all at a very young age is Paramahamsa Nithyananda. Nithyananda was born as Rajashekharan in the temple town of Tiruvannamalai on 1st January 1978. Right from the young age, he had a deep inclination towards realizing the ultimate truth and practiced vigorous meditation techniques, traveling all over India, and finally realized the ultimate consciousness in a very young age. Nithyananda Dhyanapitham is his worldwide movement for meditation and healing through meditation, which aims at healing a person in physical level by Nithya Spiritual Healing and in mental level by various meditation programs. In just a span of 5 years, Nithyananda Dhyanapitham flowered all over the world with more than 100 ashrams in 33 countries and more than 1,000 centers teaching meditation and healing people. Like most enlightened masters, one of the unique gifts that Nithyananda has to offer to humanity is healing, called as Nithya Spiritual Healing. Nithya Spiritual Healing has been baffling the medical world, healing people from migraine to cancer. He has personally touched and healed thousands of people all over the world. Diseases such as fever, migraine, diabetes, hypertension, skin diseases, arthritis, anemia, de-addiction from smoking or alcohol, cancer, kidney troubles, low back pain, depression, stress and many other countless number of diseases have been cured or significantly reduced to a greater extent by spiritual healing. Hundreds of detailed testimonials can be found at www.dhyanapitham.org/testimonials.asp. Nithyananda participates and encourages scientific researches to derive evidences for meditation and healing through meditation. Research has been done on the brainwave patterns, heart rate variability, and skin conductance level tests when Nithyananda was healing. The heart rate variability analysis is a useful tool to explore energetic transactions between two subjects. As shown in the graph, shifts in the power spectra signal were recorded in the receiving volunteer during healing by Swamiji and also when Swamiji was sending healing energy into the room, not specifically directed to any subject. The skin conductance level is a measure of skin conductance to electricity. Sensors were fitted to the fingertips of Swamiji and during healing, sudden increase in skin conductance level was observed as Swamiji is running energy to deliver during healing. Both heart rate variability and skin conductance level showed that during healing there is increased level of sympathetic autonomic nervous system activity as the energy is focused for healing. Nityananda also initiates qualified people to become healers, thus helping more people receiving these advantages of Nithya Spiritual Healing. It is based on the Anandagandha initiation by the enlightened master. The healer, with just a few seconds of meditation, can awaken his healing energy and can transfer the healing energy to the patients as well. Because it is meditation taking one to the state of samadhi, it completely rejuvenates and revitalizes not only the person receiving the healing energy but the healer as well. Today, there are over 5,000 initiated Nithya spiritual healers, including doctors from the medical field around the globe. Statistics records say that over 16,000 people worldwide avail per day of this unique service offered free of cost.
My name is Chandran. I am a businessman, engineer by profession, and situated in Bangalore. I had a bypass surgery about 4 years back, and since then I have problem of palpitation. That is, the heartbeat suddenly goes up in the night, and I have a sense of fear of death, that because of the fast beating of the heart. After the healing attended by me here last week, I find lot of improvement, and I feel so confident, and I feel that the problem has almost disappeared.
My name is Shamala Devi and I am from Malaysia. In the beginning, I took healing for my daughter because she's a leukemia patient, and at that time she was undergoing treatment, and I took healing from Mirandara Ananda Amma, and after taking from her I could see a lot of difference, because every time I used to go for the medical checkup, I used to see her reading going up, and it was good. The doctors, professors used to tell me, she's good, she's okay, she's all well. So that was really what I wanted to hear about my daughter. That confidence the child has really pulled her up from her disease. This is what I wanted. That's all I want.
Fortunately, all the reports came to be normal. So no doctors are able to tell me what I am suffering from.
Nope.
The moment I say there is burning sensation in the feet, they refer me to neurologist. That's all. So I almost exhausted all my remedies in the medical field.
Okay.
Just
so you took the healing?
I took the healing. Then I went to near the banyan tree, took 3 rounds, and I went yesterday.
After which, how you felt?
After which, I think it is miraculous. That's all I can say.
It's gone?
That's what. I've not taken the medicine because I was
you
not I was not able to keep my bare feet on the ground all these days. Now I am coming only with this.
Bare feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am always
able to walk in bare feet, right?
Yeah, I am always with the slippers at home also.
Yes, ma'am. Due to the burning sensation.
Due to the burning sensation.
Now you are able to stand without the slippers.
Yes, I am comfortably able to stand without the slippers.
Nice.
I had gastritis and varicose veins, and I am seeing great change after 4 sittings. I feel like meditating continuously, and I have a lot of flow of energy.
I was suffering from thyroid problem, but after taking healing, I experienced that something from my throat has been removed, and after that healing, I have stopped all the tablets. Now I am not having any thyroid problem. Thank you very much for Swamiji.
I'm a teacher by profession. My name is Nigar Sultana. 4 years back, I had this esophageal stricture. Esophageal stricture is narrowing down of the food pipe. So I was not able to eat anything or swallow anything, and I used to find it very difficult. I used to feel very hungry, but my food pipe will not allow anything to go down. So one day I went to a doctor, and he told me that I have to get a barium test done. So they found that upper esophagus, the upper food pipe was blocked, hence this problem. So what was the remedy for that? He said you have to get it dilated. It went on like this every 3 months, every 4 months, once I used to get the dilatation done, and May 3rd I had my last dilatation, and that after the last dilatation, doctor told me, no more dilatations are possible for you. You have to go in for a surgery, a major surgery at that, which is not common in India. 1 in a lakh such cases we get. So I don't know about the results. I said, sir, you are not giving me any assurance, so I don't think I'll go in for an operation, and I came away. I think it's all His grace flowing through. And as soon as I go there in the hall, as I'm nearing Swamiji, I can feel some kind of energy entering me. It surges through me. It's like heat passing through my entire system. I start sweating, and after that it subsides. I'm totally in His hands, like a child, very confidently holding his mother's hand and going. And I'm very lucky. I consider myself one of the millions in Bangalore who are not coming here for darshan, or maybe they do not know. So I wish and I pray to this cosmos, this energy, that more are drawn towards this. Let them have the benefit of at least coming and sitting in this serene atmosphere. That there's such a place in Biddi where it's giving such kind of thing.
After a long gap of 4 years, Nityananda has rearranged his trip and schedules to give healing to people personally in the month of March 2008. Significance of this program includes people can receive spiritual counseling from the Master for a couple of minutes, receive healing for physical or mental problems, or seek solutions to problem they are facing. Visitors can also get complete information about the meditation programs, be in the ashram energy field, and have access to live solutions spoken by Swamiji in the form of books, DVDs and ACDs. The Biddi ashram is 45 km from the Bangalore city, and it takes a 90 minutes drive to the ashram. To get more information about how to approach the ashram or for any question, please call ashram office 080-2728-8207 or 2720-2084 or check www.dhyanapeetham.org. Dr. R. Murli Krishna, President COO, Integris Mental Health, James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Oklahoma in US, and his team invited Nityananda to derive scientific evidences for meditation and the state of his enlightenment.
When Swamiji came, I have requested him to do one thing. I asked him, would you be willing to undergo some scientific investigation of the meditation process? He very cheerfully agreed without one complaint. He went for 3 repeat sessions for PET scanning and 3 repeat sessions for quantitative EEG sessions. And these are really not very easy tests to go through. It requires a lot of patience and a lot of willingness to do that. So we did that. Because if a meditation process is doing something to your brain, we should be able to detect that. Scientific findings are verifiable. They're replicable. You can replicate them, duplicate them. So Swamiji went through those sessions and we found some interesting findings.
In PET scan, they inject a radioactive dye which goes and sits in parts of the brain that are active. In the normal, non-meditative state, the brain is very active. And when we are seeing someone, the rear end of the brain, the visual cortex, is very active, as shown in the diagram.
Usually the brain is so active, there are 100 billion brain cells there. But what meditation does is something very interesting. It shows the frontal lobes getting more active. The frontal lobe is where you have judgment, wisdom, reasoning. Here are some of the brain scans I'm going to share with you. This is alert, non-meditative state. The second one is 30 minutes into 30 minutes meditation. Look at the frontal lobes, how they light it up. They light it up big time. 60 minutes of deep meditation, and here is a deep, deep level of meditation where it lights up significantly right here. Right in the middle. Probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches deeper. What's interesting was, Swami was inside, and that's the last part of that one. See that light right here? So what's interesting is I've never seen that before in my life. So the other parts I've seen may not be to the extent that Swamiji showed.
Dr. Murali Krishna says we all experience tremendous joy and happiness at times when we hear a fantastic piece of music or when we see nature. In all those moments, when we experience any pleasurable feeling in our body, it is mediated through a chemical called dopamine. Basically, all pleasures that human beings experience is mediated through dopamine. In other words, abundant secretion of dopamine means that we are blissful and happy. From time immemorial, it is believed that great masters are always in the state of bliss or causeless happiness. They are unconditionally happy. With modern sophisticated equipments, we are able to detect this truth that dopamine secretion is always abundant in the case of Paramahamsa Nityananda.
The D really stands for divine spark. The D also stands for delight and the dopamine spark. What's also interesting is that he could at will go in and out of the state. So we asked Swamiji when he came from the scanning room, when we saw this one, we asked Swamiji, what were you exactly doing when so and so thing happened? He didn't know what was there. He did not see the pictures yet. He said, really interestingly, there were 3 people there, he said, I opened my third eye. And that's stunning because I learned about third eye as a child, but didn't read about it for a long time, where it is today. But what he said was, I asked him to describe more in detail what does he mean by third eye. And he said, it's a deep meditative state. It's probably very, very deep state. But he said, it looks like a small petal on one side going and joining. Another side, another petal comes and join together, and then it becomes the third eye, like a blissful state that you experience when you open the third eye. So that's really a very, very interesting and fascinating finding, and we're going to talk about it for a long time, this finding.
Traditionally, all enlightened masters are represented metaphysically with the halo behind their head, which indicates that their third eye is opened, indicating that they have gained the true and ultimate knowledge. Further in his report, Murali Krishna says, it is a strange coincidence that in the same location of third eye, the mesial front layer of brain, which is associated with wisdom and judgment, is also located. QEEG measures electrical patterns in the brain which are referred to as brain waves.
And briefly I'll give you a nutshell what happened with brain wave test QEEG. Quantitative EEG is a computerized analysis of the brain waves. The brain goes through several stages, the alpha, beta, theta, gamma states. Delta is sleep state. Alpha is kind of a relaxed, attentive state. Beta is normally what you're in. Beta is really alert state in beta. Theta is really the one that you want to be. It's really deep meditation, deep relaxation, wonderful feeling you have. He could go in and out of theta at will, anytime. That's wonderful.
From Swami QEEG, the scientists saw that, unlike most people, he had complete control of his brain waves and was able to smoothly shift from one brainwave to another in a relaxed manner.
Then the other thing that's really interested the specialists in QEEG was that when you go from alert state to meditative state, you go through various frequencies and they're represented in various colors. And I've never seen that myself in my life. When he was going from alert state to deep meditative state, he would go in the same color range, in the same order as the rainbow. The Vipgyar, violet, indigo, blue, green, red, yellow. Vipgyar, same, orange and red, fine. And then when you come out of the range, you would come in the exact same range, opposite. And he did that several times, and that kind of stunned us at that time.
It is also believed that since masters have gone beyond the attachment, to this physical world of body and mind and became one with and completely in tune with existence, they can alter anything in existence. The SMR range, a state where the person is relaxed but yet focused, seems to be the nearest match for this understanding.
But here is another one that's really, really interesting for scientists and for sportsmen, for performers and for Nobel laureates in the future. And that is, there is a special wavelength between 12 to 14 megahertz. Very, very few scientists know about it, even today. If you go and talk to average scientists, they won't know what it means. It's called the SMR range, sensory motor rhythm range. It's a special narrow band for the brain waves. You get into that when you are in the zone. You know, those of you that are golfers, probably Tiger Woods is in the zone, or Vijay Singh is in the zone. We talk about Pete Sampras in tennis and Raptor, you know, and in football you have so many people. Then when they're in the zone, basketball championship, you saw them throwing those balls and effortlessly it goes in, no matter where they're throwing the ball from. That means they're in the zone. What happens is the ultimate coordination of the muscles and the nerves and the body, entire body organs and the chemistry and the hormones. They become so cohesive to the point that anything is possible at that time. You want to be in the zone. For example, if Oklahoma University football team or OSU football team, which are in support, they found the secret of how to get into the zone, they will be national champions every year. And they'll be probably undefeated for 100 years. The secret is, how do you find that zone? And what's interesting is Swamiji was able to go in and out of that at will. That's really fascinating finding. You know, that's something that's going to be talked about in the future. The SMR range.
The complete report of the research conducted on Nityananda's neurological system and healing can be found in the book Mystic Phenomena Scientific Data.
Buddha gives a beautiful explanation and a definition for the word healing. He says, expressing your compassion, expressing your care towards somebody to help him, to cure him. Healing is nothing but helping a person to restore his physical, mental, emotional well-being. In any level healing can happen. Whatever level you help, that's a healing. According to me, allowing him to work on you is healing. When I say him, I mean the Divine Personality, the Divine Energy. You may call it by various names, but allowing he to work on you is healing. Einstein says, whatever exists is energy. Einstein says, whatever exists is energy. After the Einstein's theory, the whole physics scientists, the whole group has turned towards the spirituality. Because he is the first person who proved the truths declared by rishis. He says, whatever exists is energy. There is no borderline between matter and energy. The solid energy is matter, subtle matter is energy. Now the modern day physicists have come up with the idea of quantum physics. According to Einstein, energy is matter, matter is energy. Whatever exists is energy. If you see from this conclusion, if a matter can be given to somebody else, why not energy? If I can give this kerchief Why not energy also? Only thing, you should know the right science, right method of giving it. If the energy has to be given, it has to be channeled and properly given to your being. The science of giving the energy to the sick or to the disease or to the person who is in need is what we call healing. Let me give you a few words about who can give the energy. The man who has realized himself as energy, who has experienced himself as something beyond the body and mind, is the only person who is authorized or qualified to give the energy. Because when you experience you are something beyond the body and mind, only then you can radiate energy. Till then you cannot radiate the energy. The man who has experienced the energy in his own being is the qualified person to give the energy. Many people they ask me, Swamiji, should we have faith to get healed? I tell them, no, there is no need. To know the apple is tasty, you don't need to believe. Just have a bite, that's all. You know it is tasty. To know the sun is rising in the east, you don't need to believe. Open your eyes and see, you will see it. There is no need to believe it. To understand or to have healing, you don't need to have faith. You need to have only one thing, an open mind. An open mind to experience